Hi there Pisces, thank you for joining me for your monthly forecast for February. The month begins with Mercury, the planet of communication, arriving in your sign on the first day. This can give you an extra sparkle, certainly in the first couple of days of the month, and with a charismatic collection of energy going on between Venus, Pluto and Jupiter, when it comes to your social situation, all may seem very promising. But the Sun does start this month and continues through to the 18th in a much more psychological part of your scope, one which is asking you to reflect. And sincerity amongst your associates and a romantic situation is going to be very important this month and a major consideration. But back to Mercury, it could give you the desire to start something new, and your imagination can be really vivid, but it almost immediately connects with your co-ruler of Neptune. Now, if anyone can deal with this transit, it's going to be you. This conjunction can see your mind absolutely exploding with possibilities, but it could also see you getting a bit off course, getting muddled, and life suddenly may seem as clear as mud, particularly when Mercury starts to tread backwards in a retrograde from the 6th. So how do you counter this? Well, the answer comes in being realistic and understanding that with the Sun still in your 12th solar house, you may find, due to Mercury's influence, trying to launch forwards in a situation before you're truly prepared for it. And there may be other dynamics going on in your situation to do with your relationships, your social life, and the way you interact with the world at large, which actually could be more important, or at least split the amount of time you've got to really focus on the goal that you originally start with at the beginning of this month. Uranus is also going to be a bit of a loose cannon because in your 2nd solar house it's dissecting the opposition between Jupiter, Venus and Pluto, suggesting that however creative you are, there can be money that comes to you, but it may be at a price. Perhaps that you're not able to go out and have as much fun as you would like, or perhaps friends are asking you for some kind of financial assistance just when you're not expecting it. In the middle of the month, any psychological elements of this month can really reach a peak on the 14th, on the back of the full moon, and you may be becoming much more conscious that not everyone is being straightforward and upfront with you. If so, once Mercury rewinds back into Aquarius, this can add to your sense of unease. Mercury then in week 3 does forge a tricky angle with Saturn, suggesting that information that comes to you could leave you feeling really quite disappointed. Maybe what you're gathering is not all good news, but at least you're going to start to know exactly where you stand. And as the Sun moves further into your sign from the 19th, you're going to rediscover your joie de vivre, especially when the Sun shakes off itself the influence of Neptune. Don't get me wrong, Neptune is a wonderful planetary influence. It's very ephemeral, it helps us to dream, it's about the arts, it's about colour, it's about texture. We can see all different things in a beautiful, vivid way with the help of Neptune, but it can also be a little bit of an eroder of the stability in situations. And unfortunately, some people aren't always very honest under its auspices. So once the Sun breaks free, and there is a new moon in your sign at the end of this month, and Mercury ends that retrograde journey, I do think you can let a sigh of relief out and start to feel that you can gain traction and things will pick up speed. And one of the things you may consider doing as February comes to a close is giving yourself a major personal makeover, which will boost your confidence. I do feel your popularity can be very high at times in February, but it's watching out for the people who may be very pleasant but not actually have much depth to their characters. So stick to the people you know well and really trust, have some fun, but also be aware that something that you want to go towards may not be quite ripe, and you may need to cultivate the opportunity a little bit more before you can really capitalise. Thank you for joining me, good luck, and goodbye for now.